Philosophies revived.
Have you ever felt like life is holding you hostage? Your bank account mocks you every time you check it, and your dreams of financial freedom feel like they're always just out of reach. You work hard, you try to save, yet it feels like you're on a treadmill running endlessly, but getting nowhere. But what if I told you this? Your current reality is an illusion. Yep, it's not the truth, not the whole story. And what's even crazier, it's not your circumstances keeping you stuck, it's your mindset. Today, we're diving into Neville Goddard's game-changing law of assumption, a concept that can help you bypass reality, reprogram your beliefs, and step into a life of wealth and abundance. Ready to learn how to bend reality to your will? Let's dive in. What is the law of assumption? Neville Goddard's law of assumption might sound a little strange at first, but once you fully understand it, you'll realize it's one of the most powerful concepts you can apply to transform your life. In its simplest form, the law of assumption states that what you assume to be true becomes your reality. This means that your inner assumptions about yourself, your circumstances, and the world around you are the blueprint for your life. Let's break that down. Think about it, every single thing you experience right now is a result of your assumptions. Whether it's the amount of money in your bank account, the type of job you have, or even the people you interact with, these are all shaped by the beliefs and assumptions you hold in your subconscious mind. If you walk around thinking you're not good with money, or that wealth is for other people, you'll keep reinforcing that belief and experience a life of financial struggle. On the flip side, if you assume that money comes to you easily, that you're worthy of financial success, and that abundance is your birthright, your reality will start reflecting that. Here's the catch. It's not about just hoping and wishing for better things to happen. Assumption works on a much deeper level. It's about accepting a new reality as though it's already true. It's not, "I hope I can get rich one day," or "I wish money comes my way." It's about assuming with every fiber of your being that you are already rich, and your external world will begin to reflect this truth. To start, think of it as writing your own script. You don't have to wait for life to give you the role you want. You create it. And once you start assuming the character of someone who is already wealthy, your circumstances will inevitably change to align with that identity. The law of assumption isn't some vague idea, it's a direct method to take control of your reality. Why ignoring reality is crucial. You've probably heard the phrase, "You are where you are because of your thoughts." While this may sound cliché, it's a powerful truth that can be life-changing if you truly grasp it. If you look at your current life, especially your finances, it's a reflection of your past assumptions and beliefs. And if you want to change that, you have to ignore your current reality. Why? Because reality is just a byproduct of your past thoughts. And if you keep focusing on your present situation, you're only reinforcing the same patterns. Think about it. When you're constantly focusing on how much you lack, whether it's money, success, or even opportunities, you are only reinforcing the feeling of lack. This keeps you stuck in a perpetual cycle of scarcity. Neville Goddard teaches that the moment you begin to focus on a new assumption, a future version of yourself who already has what you desire, you start to align your reality with that assumption, rather than your current limitations. For example, let's say you're struggling with money right now. Your bank account is looking a little bleak, and it seems like wealth is just beyond your reach. If you keep obsessing over the reality of your bank account, you're just reinforcing your belief that money is hard to come by. But if you ignore that reality and start assuming that money is flowing to you easily, your mind begins to shift. It will seek out ways to make that assumption a fact. You might suddenly notice opportunities, people, or ideas that align with your new assumption about wealth. This is where the magic happens. The more you ignore the current reality and instead focus on a future reality that's already true in your mind, the more that future reality begins to manifest. Your current circumstances are only temporary, And when you choose to assume that things are different, everything around you shifts. So ignore your reality, it's not permanent. Your new reality is waiting for you to believe in it. The power of assumption, how it shapes your life. When Neville Goddard talks about assumptions hardening into facts, he's touching on something incredibly powerful. The mind has the ability to create your reality. Think of your life as a canvas. The assumptions you hold, whether consciously or unconsciously, are the paintbrush strokes that color your experiences. The law of assumptions suggests that whatever assumption you hold in your mind will eventually show up as your physical reality. Now, let's make this practical. If you assume that life is a struggle and that you'll never be financially free, guess what? Your life will continue to reflect that assumption. You'll encounter challenges, opportunities will seem scarce, and money will always seem to slip through your fingers. But if you shift that assumption and begin to believe that wealth and abundance are easy to attract, your reality will start shifting too. You'll find that opportunities show up where you once saw only obstacles, and you'll start meeting people who align with your new mindset. But here's the catch. You can't just assume for the sake of assuming. You have to embody that assumption. It's not enough to think, "I'm rich," while still acting like someone who is struggling financially. You have to feel what it's like to be wealthy. Imagine yourself already living the life you desire. Feel the emotions, the freedom, the security. When you connect with that feeling, you're sending a powerful signal to your subconscious that this is your reality. And as your subconscious accepts this new assumption as truth, it starts to reshape your outer world to match it. This isn't just about wishful thinking, it's about aligning your entire being with your desires. Assumption is the key to unlocking a life of abundance, but it's all about consistency. The more you align your thoughts, actions, and feelings with your assumed identity of wealth, the quicker that wealth will manifest. Step 1. Create your wealth identity. To really get the law of assumption working for you, it's time to create a wealth identity. This is a powerful exercise because it shifts your mindset from a person who wants to be wealthy to someone who already is wealthy. So, how do you do that? Start by asking yourself, what would my wealthy self do? How would the person you want to become behave? How would they make decisions about money? What would their day-to-day life look like? Imagine how they would interact with others, what kind of work they would do, and how they would approach challenges. Once you have a clear image of this wealthy identity, start to live as though you already are that person. This isn't about pretending, it's about assuming the energy of that version of you. For example, if your wealthy self is confident and decisive, begin making decisions with that same confidence. If they live without financial worry, you should start living without financial worry, even if your bank balance doesn't reflect it yet. Living in your wealth identity can be as simple as changing your habits, your self-talk, and even how you present yourself. Wealthy people don't live in fear of spending money. They understand that abundance flows to them effortlessly. So, when you start assuming that wealth is natural for you, everything begins to shift. Your beliefs will start to align with your new identity, and your actions will follow suit. Step 2. Rewire your beliefs about money. The next step in ignoring your current reality and embracing the reality of wealth is rewiring your beliefs about money. So much of our relationship with money is shaped by the beliefs we've absorbed from childhood and society. We hear things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to work hard for money. These beliefs form mental blocks that keep us in a state of scarcity. But what if you could change those beliefs and start to see money in a completely different light? To begin, start by identifying any negative beliefs you have about money. These can include things like, money is the root of all evil. I'm bad with money. Only the lucky get rich. Once you identify these limiting beliefs, replace them with empowering ones. Instead of money is hard to come by, tell yourself, money flows easily and effortlessly to me. Instead of, I'm not good with money, tell yourself, I'm excellent at managing money, and I attract abundance. The key here is repetition. The more you affirm these new beliefs, the more they'll sink into your subconscious mind. By constantly repeating positive affirmations and reminding yourself of your new beliefs, you start to shift your mental landscape. Your old beliefs about money no longer hold the same power over you. Instead, you begin to align with abundance, and the universe starts reflecting that back to you. This is where the real transformation happens. Step 3. Practice living in the end. Now, let's dive into one of Neville Goddard's most powerful concepts, living in the end. This is where the magic happens, because it's about assuming the feeling of already having what you desire. Think about it. If you could feel the emotions of having already achieved your goal, wouldn't that make it easier for you to step into that reality? Living in the end means imagining your desired outcome as though it's already happening. If your goal is to manifest financial freedom, stop seeing it as something in the future. Act as if it's already your reality. So, how do you start living in the end? Let's say you want to manifest a dream house. Instead of thinking, I wish I could afford that house, start assuming you already own it. Visualize yourself waking up in that house, walking through the rooms, feeling the luxury of it. Feel the excitement of already having it. This practice works because when you live in the end, your mind starts to believe that the outcome is inevitable. As your subconscious begins to accept this as truth, your reality starts to shift. Living in the end is about making your desired future feel real in the present moment. You don't have to wait for things to manifest externally. You simply act as though it's already happening, and the universe will catch up. Step 4. Use sensory-rich visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool, but sensory-rich visualization is what truly supercharges your manifestation. It's not enough to simply picture your dream life in your head. You have to feel it, hear it, and even smell it. When you involve all your senses in your visualization, you're tricking your mind into believing that the life you desire is already here. This makes it more likely to manifest into your physical reality. Start by creating a vivid mental picture of what your wealthy life looks like. Close your eyes and imagine yourself waking up in a beautiful mansion. Hear the sound of birds chirping outside your window. Feel the softness of your silk sheets and smell the fresh aroma of coffee brewing in your high-end kitchen. Picture yourself stepping into your walk-in closet, feeling the luxurious fabrics of your clothes, and knowing that your bank account is always overflowing with money. The key is to immerse yourself in these sensory details, and the more realistic and detailed you make your visualization, the stronger the signal you send to your subconscious mind. This technique works because it taps into the emotional side of your brain, which is what drives your actions. When you feel the emotions that come with having your desires already fulfilled, whether it's excitement, relief, or gratitude, your brain starts to align with the reality you're envisioning. But it's not just about imagining wealth. You have to feel the emotions that come with it. If you were already rich, how would it feel? Would you feel confident, peaceful, grateful? These feelings are key because they help shift your frequency to match the wealth you desire. The more often you practice sensory-rich visualization, the easier it becomes to believe that your wealth is already yours. And once your subconscious accepts this as truth, your outer world will begin to reflect it. Step 5. Let go and trust. One of the biggest mistakes people make when manifesting wealth is becoming too attached to the how. You might have a clear picture of what you want. Maybe it's a business venture, a new house, or a huge influx of money. But if you become obsessed with the exact steps or the timeline, you're actually blocking your manifestation. This is where the idea of trusting the process comes into play. It's about letting go of the need to control how your desires will come to you. You've set your intention, you've visualized your future, and now it's time to trust that the universe has a plan that's even better than what you could have imagined. Trust that the universe knows the best path to get you to your desired outcome. It may not unfold in the exact way you envisioned, but it's important to stay open and adaptable. The more you let go of the need to force things to happen, the more you open yourself to unexpected opportunities that align with your desires. Think about it like planting a seed. You can't control when it will sprout, but you trust that it will. Every day, you water it, and every day, you trust that the process is working. Manifestation is the same. It's about trusting the universe and allowing things to unfold naturally. The moment you let go of the how and when, you make space for magic to happen. And believe me, when you stop stressing about the details, things begin to align more smoothly than ever before. Bonus tip: the wealth identity projection technique. If you want to take things even further, I want to introduce you to a technique that's been a game changer for many successful manifestors: wealth identity projection. This is a technique where you actively embody the wealthy version of yourself, not just in your thoughts, but through your actions, your speech, and your lifestyle. Here's how it works. Imagine the future you successful, abundant, confident, and free. How does this version of you move through the world? How do they interact with people? What decisions do they make? What energy do they project? The goal of this technique is to embody this future self completely. It's not about pretending, it's about stepping into the identity of your future wealthy self. Start by practicing this projection for just 10 minutes each day. Dress like the wealthy person you envision, even if it's just for a walk in the park. Speak with confidence, act decisively, and handle challenges with the ease that someone with financial freedom would. It's all about aligning yourself energetically with the wealth you're manifesting. By immersing yourself in this new identity, you send a powerful signal to your subconscious mind that this future version of you already exists, and it's waiting for you to catch up. Over time, this projection begins to change how you think, how you behave, and how you interact with the world. Opportunities start to flow more easily because the universe responds to the energy you're putting out. The more you practice this technique, the more effortless it becomes, and soon, your external world begins to mirror the reality you've been projecting. Your reality is waiting for you to change. Here's the most exciting part: your reality is not set in stone. It's not a fixed, unchangeable thing. In fact, your current reality is merely a reflection of past beliefs and assumptions. The moment you decide to change your beliefs, everything starts to shift. The law of assumption allows you to rewrite the script of your life. If you're tired of feeling stuck in your current financial situation, know that the key to changing everything is in your mind. You don't need to work harder or wait for the perfect moment. You simply need to assume that your desired reality is already true. Imagine waking up tomorrow and everything you've dreamed of: financial freedom, opportunities, success is already yours. What would that feel like? How would you carry yourself? How would you talk about money? How would your energy change? Now, start doing that today. Assume the wealth is already yours. Feel it, act it, embody it. The more you live as the wealthy person you're becoming, the quicker your external reality will align with that assumption. Remember, ignore your current reality and start creating the one you desire. The universe is waiting for you to believe in it, and once you do, the doors to wealth and abundance will swing wide open. The law of assumption is a game changer. If you can fully embrace the idea that your thoughts and assumptions shape your reality, you have everything you need to manifest the life of your dreams. But it's not enough to just understand this intellectually. You must live it. Assume the wealth, the success, the freedom. Embody it in every aspect of your life. The journey to wealth is not about waiting for external circumstances to change. It's about internal transformation. When you change the way you think, everything around you will begin to reflect that change. So, are you ready to ignore the present and step into a reality of wealth? It all starts with your assumption. Believe that wealth is already yours, and watch as the universe conspires to make it so. There you have it. This is how you can start using Neville Goddard's law of assumption to completely transform your financial reality. Would you like to dive even deeper into manifestation techniques, or have any questions about this process? Let me know in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. Your path to wealth begins today.